Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the Kathleen Hart lifestyle channel, and today's video is going to be another pregnancy update. We're getting there. We're getting so close to 40 weeks. It's kind of freaking me out, but this one is going to be the 33-week pregnancy update. I'm going to try. I say try because I can't make any promises, but I'm going to try to start filming these more often so that, you know, not only for you guys, but just also for me, just to have the memories to look back on and like the updates. So I'm going to try to do them weekly if I can, but don't hold me to that. We shall see. So I have a couple things actually to update you this week. I know it's been kind of like everything's going great, but now I have a couple things to update you guys on, and I'm also going to do the bump shot at the end, so stay tuned for that. And also the my weight and all of that, the stuff I do every week. Or not every week, every video. So stay tuned for that for sure, but let's get on into the 33-week pregnancy update. Oh, and also, if you're new to my channel, my name is Kathleen Hart, and I have a 22-month-old son named Austin. He's going to be 2 in March. So nuts. That to me blows my mind more than anything else. But I have him, and I have my husband Jay. We've got the 3 chows, and this baby here who is a girl who's going to be here before we know it. So 33 weeks pregnant. I'm still getting my McKenna shot because if you didn't know, my son was born early. He was born at 36 weeks. So that kind of makes me nervous because anything can happen, as I've learned with pregnancy and labor and all of that. So I had to be induced with him at 36 weeks. I'm hoping that doesn't happen this time because that's literally less than a month away, which is also crazy and blows my mind. So we'll see, but hopefully I go further along in term, just, you know, for the baby's sake, of course, the health of the baby. But I am getting my McKenna shot still. I have my phone here. I have the rest of my notes on here. I'm gonna reference them in a second, but I just wanted to touch really quick on the McKenna shot. I am gonna be filming a video more in depth on that. So if you are getting the McKenna shot, or if you're scared of getting it, if you've been recommended to get it, I'm gonna do a video all about that. I'll talk about that soon, but I just want to get all my information straight before I go and start telling people about it. I have to get that shot until I'm 36 weeks. So we're almost done. I had to call and bug them to get my last refill, but that is done. So I don't have to call the pharmacy ever again, hopefully. So that's a good thing to put behind me. And let's see. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm reading the Jessica Simpson, or not reading. I'm listening to the Jessica Simpson audiobook. It's amazing. But I'm also been low-key obsessed with her since the early 2000s. So that's a whole nother video for a whole nother day. And also too, guys, I am sitting in my unmade bed because it is Sunday. I'm still kind of in pajamas. You can't see, but the bottom is pajamas. I tried to put on something that was appropriate for the top, but total lazy Sunday. Austin's napping. This is my favorite time to film videos because I can just relax, and I might not even make the bed today. So I'm nice and comfortable with all my pillows. Got my pregnancy pillow here. This thing is amazing. But yeah, it's linked in my Amazon store too if you're interested in that. This is the best pregnancy pillow ever. It's a complete U shape, which I totally recommend if you are pregnant. But I do also, I know, right? I also plan on filming, we shall see, my like pregnancy favorites. So that'll be another video coming up too. So make sure you're subscribed. But the very first thing I wanted to say is I just recently got a belly band, and this thing is amazing, and I recommend anybody to get it. So I haven't been having necessarily back pain, but very low underneath the bump. Almost like the doctor called it ligament pain, but I don't know. I felt ligament pain with Austin. This pregnancy, not so much. Like I didn't get any of those sharp shooting pains. This is just like an aching pain, almost like a period cramp, but not really. Like I know the difference. It's not that, but that's the thing that I can probably like say it's similar to. But as soon as I put this belly band on, it's amazing. And I actually asked my doctor about it, and he said, it's fine, just don't do it too tight because then you can stop your blood flow, circulation can be poor and all that stuff. So just do it enough so that it's on there, and like it's night and day how much better I feel when I wear this thing. It's just amazing. And it's good because it's like slim, so you just put it on and it just fits underneath your clothes. That's the best part. So you don't have to worry about like leaving the house or doing errands and stuff. Like, you can still wear it, so that's why I love it. I got it on Amazon, super cheap. I will definitely link it down below if you guys are interested. But if you're feeling any like back pain or like that under the bump pain or anything that's like just a weird end of pregnancy pain, I would recommend the belly band, because that has been a lifesaver in the past week and a half, I would say. I actually forgot that I had it. I know, right? And I started wearing it, and then like a lot of my issues went out the window. So that was amazing. Also too, I mentioned in my what I eat in a day video, I've been drinking tons and tons of water. I was just about to grab for it, but I didn't bring it in here. I mentally thought I did, but I didn't. But I've been drinking over 100 ounces. Total game changer. Total game changer, guys. It just made me feel like less sluggish, and then I just feel super hydrated, which the baby takes so much water out of you, you don't realize like you need more water. So I just chug and chug and chug and chug all day long. I have a 20-ounce Yeti. I fill it up all day long. I drink it in like 10 gulps each. So I drink the 20 ounces in like 2 sessions of gulps, and I fill it up right as soon as I'm done with it. I don't let it sit there. I don't even let it get empty sometimes. Sometimes I'm just refilling it, because that's the most likely scenario where I will continue to drink. So that's what I've been doing. So also, I'm not wearing my rings right now, but they all still fit. I have almost no swelling except in my ankles. My feet are still normal. My ankles though, they're starting to get a little bit swollen, and I'm like, so I've been using that Cankle cream and like massaging my legs and just getting the circulation going like every night, and it's been working really well. But I still feel like it's creeping into that end of the pregnancy, like things are gonna start to get swollen. But up until now, everything has been fine. So I'm hoping by hydrating and drinking a little bit more water that I keep the swelling down and everything is good. I feel like last pregnancy, literally my hands were swollen by like 22 weeks and I couldn't wear my rings. It was bad. It was really, really bad. But this time we're still doing good. So speaking of like pampering, I've been using that cream. It's been amazing. But also I went and got a facial. I got my first facial of my life. I went and I got one on a whim, because I don't know if you saw my last pregnancy update, but I went and got a prenatal massage, which was amazing. And I was like, why am I not doing more stuff like this for myself now while I can? And on a whim, a couple weeks ago, I went to Ulta, I know, right, and got a facial by the most amazing esthetician ever. Her name was Jess, and she was amazing. She was in the same boat as me. She had been pregnant twice. We were the same age. We had like a lot in common. It was really fun. And she just knew exactly what products to use and not to use with getting a facial. So it was just like such a relaxing experience, especially knowing someone who knew what not to use while pregnant. That was great. So that was something I would highly recommend too if you are pregnant. It just like, do something nice for yourself, pamper yourself. You can't pour from an empty cup. I know people say that all the time, but it's super, super true. And just going out and leaving the house for, I think my facial was an hour long, and I was back home within 20 minutes. So I mean like an hour and 40 minutes I was gone. It was during Austin's nap time. I mean, it was amazing. It was literally amazing. And after that, I decided to really keep up with just like hydrating my skin, drinking a lot of water, which I felt has made a big difference too, because I had a lot of dry skin, especially from this pregnancy. My skin got super dry, like on my forehead. And I've been doing this mask at night. It is my favorite thing to do. I do it like 2 times a week, and all it is this Amazonian clay that I got off of Amazon, and I will link it all below. And all I do is mix that with a little bit of apple cider vinegar, the good stuff, the raw stuff, with the mother. And then I like to do 2 drops of frankincense, essential oils, right into the mask. Mix that all together, literally paint your face, and you let it sit, and then it hardens, and you can't talk, you can't move your mouth. It's awesome. And then all you do is take like a warm washcloth or warm water in the shower and just wipe it off. The wrinkles in my face like lifted and plumped, like they were like disappearing before my eyes. My skin was super soft. Amazonian clay has such awesome health benefits, and Yes, I would totally recommend this to anybody. This big jug of Amazonian clay too that I have has lasted me years. Like, you only need a little bit. You don't follow the directions on the back of it. You literally need like 2 tablespoons, a little splash of apple cider vinegar to get it moving. And then I do the essential oils because frankincense is super, super good for your skin. It just has amazing health benefits as well. So that is like my mom pamper must have lately. And I feel like since I got the facial and now that I'm doing the mask like once or twice a week, it's just been keeping up with it and then drinking all the water. I just feel like when you feel good, everything else kind of will feel good too. So do something nice for yourself. Don't forget about you, especially while you're pregnant, because I know it's very easy to, especially if you have other kids, it's hard to worry about everybody else and you forget about yourself. So I'm trying to make a point to do that, and it's not being selfish, it's just you can't pour from an empty cup. You have to be happy. So make yourself happy and then you can give it to others, and it's just great. So I'd highly recommend a facial and then also doing that mask. It's just, I can't even describe it. It just makes me feel so much better, and it makes me feel like I'm pampering myself, so that works too. Okay, so recently I mentioned that the baby's weight percentile was at 90%. The last time I went and got the ultrasound, they checked it again and it was down to 74%. Her growth has like leveled out a little bit, so she's more on track with how far along I am and how big she should be. So that was like an amazing plus, amazing plus. So I don't know exactly what caused that or didn't cause it. I don't know, but I'm just happy that that's where we're at now. The other thing I wanted to mention, so the last time that I went to get a my normal 32-week appointment, the doctor puts the Doppler on to get the heartbeat, and all of a sudden he's like staring off into space as he's like listening. He's listening and he's listening, and I was like, oh no, like what does this mean? Like, it did sound a little bit funny, but I'm not a doctor and I have never heard any kind of like irregular heartbeat, so I really didn't know. But all of a sudden I hear this extra little like flutter in the heartbeat. Very scary, especially when 5 seconds feels like 5 hours, because I'm looking at the doctor's looking up in the sky, like listening to the Doppler, whatever. So it was like very scary. And turns out that the baby has which is very common, so I'll specify that really quickly. It's very common, apparently, I didn't know this, but it's an extra irregular, not even whole beat, it's a partial beat. It's part of the atrial beat of the heart. So I have to go for 2 extra appointments every week now to do a de-stress test, and then once a week right after that I get an ultrasound too, to just check everything, make sure the heart is not enlarged, make sure it's not under any kind of stress, make sure everything is beating properly and all of the valves are opening and closing, and get analyzed by the doctor. That being said, I don't mind doing this at all, because better safe than sorry. I'm fine with it. It's fine. The extra appointments, my work is very flexible, so that's fine, which is a freaking godsend, because I don't know what I would do if I really couldn't take off and take breaks and go to these appointments. But luckily they're close to my house and it just needs to be done. So what I've been doing is going twice a week. The first day of the week is just the de-stress test, where they hook you up to like they put like 2 little monitors on your belly itself, and they monitor the baby's heart for 20 minutes. After that 20 minutes, the doctor will just look over it, and then the nurse comes back in the room and says, okay, you're good to go. That's normally what's been happening for me. And then the second time that I go during the week, I do the same thing. I do the stress test first, and then I go into the ultrasound room, and the ultrasound tech will look at everything, and then the doctor will come in and do the same thing. So that's just what that is. And what the doctor told me is that this is super common, and he even mentioned that he had like 4 or 5 babies that he just looked at this past week, that had this same issue, and it's 99% of the time it is completely fine. Hoping that that's how it is for me. He said most of the time the baby will stop doing this before you even give birth, and then you don't have to do any more stress tests, and it just goes away on its own. the 1% of the time where this could be a problem, he said that if the baby continues to do it up until birth, after birth, you will have like an extra cardiologist visit. They'll do an EKG and they'll do a couple other tests on the heart just to determine if everything is okay or not once the baby is outside of the womb. So either way, it normally means nothing. And the doctor even told me, he's like, please, please, because I think he just knows, like, us pregnant women, we just worry about everything. Like, on top of being a woman and worrying, then you're pregnant and then you're worrying about yourself, the baby, everything in your life. Like, it's just nuts. So he told me, he said, do not stress about this. This is nothing to stress about at all. Do not worry. It will be fine. So that made me feel better. But, and I love this doctor too. That's a really good thing too. He's just an amazing doctor that's dealing with this specific issue. So that's to keep you up to date on that. I will definitely update that as we go along. Hopefully it goes away on its own. That's my wish, I guess you could say. But I don't mind the extra monitoring at all. I mean, like I said, better safe than sorry. And I'd rather know than not know and then be kind of like sitting here going like, well, is the heartbeat irregular? But I'm going there twice a week to check on that. So it's great for my peace of mind. It's also great to see the baby too. So you get to see the baby in the ultrasound even more often, which is awesome. So that's really fun. So I wrote down the movements because this baby moves like crazy. And that's what they told me too, like with the irregular heartbeat, like just make sure like you're counting the movements and everything. I'm like, I don't need to count anything. This baby is constantly kicking me, constantly moving. It's crazy. She is head down at this point. So her head's all the way at the bottom here. So the last time I went to the doctor, she was head down, her body was kind of curled up here, her feet were over here, and her hands are kind of like sticking out towards my belly button. So it's just exciting, I don't know. And I love to see the ultrasound with her and everything like that, but she's moving like absolute crazy. Especially, I feel like her witching hour is like 7 to 10 p.m. Like she goes absolutely nuts during that time. I mean, like you can literally see my stomach and it's just like going like this. It's actually really cool. But the funny thing is, whenever we try to get an ultrasound picture of her, her hands are in her face, which I'll show you guys the one that I got at the last doctor's appointment. But also too, when I try to video it, like I'll try to like video my stomach because I want to save it, you know, because it just looks so cool. She stops. She knows. And Austin also hates the camera, which is weird. I don't know how they know. It's very strange. I think I went over pretty much everything. The only thing we need to talk about is my weight and just like my closing thoughts, and then we'll do the bump shot too. But my weight has been okay. It's been steady with what they say I'm supposed to be gaining right now. So right now I'm 179 and I'm not worried about the number at all. I'm fine with it. A couple more pounds from last time. So it's like normal weight gain for every week. I think they say like a pound or a pound and a half a week. So I'm at 179 now. It is what it is. That's just what it is. I'm 5'4" and I started at 144 and now I'm 33 weeks pregnant, 179. As you can see too, my face, like I was looking at a picture of myself from the other day and I'm like, yep, the snowman is coming. So I actually did a self tan. I did from here and up just to like make myself feel a little bit better. I don't know if you can even see in this light that it's tan. Like, who knows? I feel like self tanner like lasts like 3 days for me and then it starts fading. And I love my hot showers at night, so that probably doesn't help. But it is what it is. Do what you gotta do to make yourself feel better. Along with the facial and the mask and everything, I do love a good self tan, and my doctor said that it's perfectly safe, it's perfectly fine. Because it's the winter, I only do the parts that I'm going to be seeing on my body, so really I just do like here and up. So I do my face, I'm just looking in the viewfinder, yeah, I do like here, I do my face, I do my hands, I do my arms, and I don't know. It makes me feel better about myself. So the only other thing that's been like on my mind, like weighing on my mind lately, has been like these little fleeting like thoughts about like, oh my gosh, like my baby Austin is like, he's only gonna be the only baby for a little bit longer. So like I've been cuddling him more. Like when I put him down for naps, I just don't want to let him go. And I know everything will be fine. And I know like a lot of people, like I've watched so many mom vlogs and mom channels and mom videos and everything to know that everybody kind of goes through this fear of like, second baby, like, am I doing the right thing? Am I gonna have enough love? Like all of these things. And I know that everything will be fine once the baby gets here. I'm really not worried about it, but I do get these like little emotional thoughts that like pop into my head. So, but it's funny because just as quickly as they pop in, they pop right back out. So I know that that's just my brain telling me like, calm down, everything will be fine. So I don't know, are you a mom about to have a second baby? Or are you a mom that has more than one kid? Like, how did you feel? Like, I want to know down in the comments. If you've made it this far in the video of me rambling on and on, I would love to know your experience and just any kind of advice that you have on that part of it. But I think that's going to be it for today's video. I made a list. I went through everything on the list, probably missing something, so I will continue to make a list, and I will talk to you guys hopefully in another week when it's the 34-week video. But it's just going by so fast. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for everything. And I was telling my sister, I was like, I wish I just knew how it was going to happen this time. Because with Austin, I had to be induced at 36 weeks. Like, who would have thought that was going to happen? Like, no one. That was not even on my radar. I was so terrified of labor, and then all of a sudden at 36 weeks it's like, all right, you're going in, let's do it. Sunday night I went in and I was like getting induced, and I was like super surprised. So now that I know that anything can happen, I really want to know. Like, I want to know this baby's birth story. Like, it's so crazy. My sister said the other day, she said, isn't it funny how like you don't know right now, but the story's about to be written? And I'm like, it's so nuts. Like, she said something along those lines, like, you're gonna know her birth story for the rest of her life, like, pretty soon. Like, it's kind of crazy to think. Like, we're right on, like, the edge, right on the precipice of knowing, like, the whole story. Like, it's scary, but it's so, so exciting. So anyway, thanks for sticking with me with this long video of me rambling on. But I hope you guys liked this one. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Definitely subscribe to my channel. Lots more fun videos coming, pregnancy stuff, home stuff, vlogs maybe, I don't even know, just whatever happens, I will post it. But I hope you guys have an awesome day. Stay tuned for the bump shot, and I will see you very soon with a new video. So bye everybody.